Alright. Let's get to it. Let me quiet this a little bit. There we go. 30. Got it. Alright. Boom. Does this increase the volume of the actual? No. Just for me. Okay. Let's do it. Welcome back, STEMstronauts, to our next STEM Effects stream. We are going to continue our journey through the basic training JavaScript course. I think we're going to start to get into some actual stuff here. I know lately it's been a little like setup-y, kind of boring, but hopefully we start getting into some real cool things. So let's get into it. We're 84% done with basic training. Oh no, we were done with basic training. Oh, I forgot. We're on JavaScript Test Lab. So we are getting into cool stuff. So let's just keep going. Boom, boom. And I think the reason we didn't get through 100% of the basic training was because we had to do Twilio stuff, and I didn't want to do that. So that's why.
Operator, I am
Oh,
pleased
we've already
to have
done
come
this.
to observe.
Yeah. So in this one, we are in this test lab. This lady forgot her password. I don't know if you guys remember that. So we have to get the password, or get the code for the password or something, and then unlock this Ductopium, or whatever it's called, over on the right, right here. So let's get to it. Placate a low-level bureaucrat and execute your first JavaScript program to the bypass barrier. Nice. First JavaScript program. To examine the barrier and determine what it can, and determine that it can only be unlocked by the JavaScript Lab's IT department, you call up IT and speak with a technician named Glenn. Hey Glenn. Glenn reluctantly agrees to deactivate the barrier on one condition: you must ask him nicely. To continue, you must write a JavaScript program that nicely asks Glenn to open the barrier. Create a new JavaScript file named sayplease.js in the folder you created earlier. For reference, it was okay. Inside sayplease.js, copy the following line of JavaScript code. Once you have written and tested code that will print in this friendly request, click the hack button. Hopefully, Glenn will find your response acceptable. You know, we have to use our own code editor, apparently, or text editor. I thought we'd be able to do it in here, but apparently not. That is okay though. So we might have to, if you guys are watching this and don't have a text editor, I recommend VS Code. I'll drag it over into here, and get it set up so you guys can actually see it. TwilioQuest is my folder that I put in my Git directory. That path was in here. Git TwilioQuest. I'm gonna close this console for now. This is a different project I was working on. So let's zoom in so you guys can actually see what's going on. So there's my TwilioQuest folder. We're gonna add a new file. What are we gonna call it? Sayplease.js. Whoops. New file. Say please. Can't type. JS. Alright. And then we're gonna copy and paste this console log. Glenn, will you please open the barrier? Alright. There you go, Glenn. Eat your heart out. Can you guys see that okay? Here, I'm gonna move this over. We don't need to see all this. Console log Glenn, will you please open the barrier? Boom. Alright, let's see if this works. And then, click the hack button. Hey, it worked. You submit your play request to Glenn and IT, and within a few moments, the laser barrier fades away. You can now proceed further towards the office. Nice. See you later, barrier. Whoa, there's a office way back here. What's next? Learn to declare variables in JavaScript as you bypass the next barrier. You encounter another barrier blocking access to the lead scientist's office. After some investigation, you find out that it is configured with JavaScript code that locks the laser fence in the on position. To drop the barrier, you'll need to override this configuration with your own JavaScript code. Create a file called laser configuration. Okay, I'm going to copy this because I'm not going to remember that. Laser configuration. And I'm also terrible at spelling, so. In your code folder, inside this file, declare a variable with the name laser status and set it to the string value of off. Okay, are we using const? Let's see what it says. That's a Wikipedia page. It's not going to help us very much. We'll do a const variable and the name laser status and set it to a string value off. Okay. So we need to make a new file under TwilioQuest. Laser configuration.js. We're going to do const. That's how you declare a variable. What was it called? Laser status. Laser status equals off. Is it capital off? I think so. We'll end it with a semicolon. Boom. I think this will work, right? Should we show help just to see? Yeah, they use const. Okay, cool. Boom. That did it. You override the laser configuration with your own JavaScript code, and in moments, the laser fades away. So, what they're trying to get at here is we set the laser status to off. It was hard-coded to on, and now we set it to off. Boom. Next thing. Ooh, a treasure box. Practice declaring variables using multiple JavaScript data types to unlock the chest. Okay. Oh. You notice a chest with supplies intended for operators in the TwilioQuest program like you. It should be freely accessible. But it's currently locked down. To access these supplies, you can employ the configuration override method you used earlier. Employ. Create a file called chest configuration.js in your code folder. We're going to copy that again. Inside this file, declare the following variables to override the security settings for the chest. Okay, so we're going to just do this one at a time. Creating another new file, chest configuration. And what are the variables we need? Variable name verified user is going to be a boolean value of true. So a boolean is either true or false. So verified user, we're going to do constant. That stands for constant. It used to be var for variable, but it's const now with the new ES6 stuff, I believe. verified user, and then it has to be a Boolean. So we just true. So a Boolean is either gonna be true or false. But we want it to be true because that's what they said. Alright, what's the next? Access level number value of 7. So this one's gonna be a number. Const access level equals 7. All of my meme boards are going off because they're on my number keys. We'll leave it. It might, until it gets annoying, we'll leave it. So that's a number value, you just put whatever number you want in there. And then favorite robot, a string value set to Cedric. Okay, so const favorite robot equals, what did it say, string? So we're at a string is a word in parentheses, or not parentheses, sorry. Double quotes or single quotes. You could do double quotes, single quotes. I think you can even do this weird thing. I don't know what those are called. I usually use double quotes, but single quotes are fine too. Cedric. Okay, let's see if this works. Got all of my variables declared. Hack away, baby. Nice. We have a bunch of access to supplies, even though we have access to them, but we're not using them. Whatevs. Write code that uses data passed in via command line arguments. Ooh. Alright, what's this? Beyond this barrier, you can see a stack of papers on the lead scientist's desk that must contain the password you are searching for. You are close to the key piece of information you need to help the scientists continue their ductipium experiments. Whatever. You quickly find the malfunction that has caused this barrier to remain closed. A script is missing that performs a key mathematical calculation. Create a file called divide by 2 in your code folder. Unlike other scripts you've written, this one must take a command line argument when you execute it like this. Divide by 2, 48. Okay, this script should take the number passed in, divided by 2, then print the result using console log. This is a bit harder, so we have some example code you can use as a starting point in the help section if you need it. Once your code is ready, click the hack button to override this laser command function. This is man, we're going from 0 to 100 here. We just went from declaring variables to dividing by 2. Okay. Let's create the file, divide by 2.js. New file, divide by 2.js. And then what are we doing in this file? We are get a string of text passed as a command line argument and convert it to a number. Divide that number by 2. Print result. Okay. Get a string of text. So do const do number string equals 10. I might have to turn that off. Hold on. Settings, clear. I'm taking out all of my, I guess I could leave all these. That's okay. I'll reassign all these some other time. But if I'm typing in numbers, it's not gonna help me very much. Clear, clear, clear. Okay, hopefully. Hopefully I won't be making any random noises. Let's try it. Yeah, we're good to type. We're good to type, everybody. Okay. So we make a number string. Get the string of text, pass as a command line argument, and convert it to a number. Divide that number by 2. Okay. So this number string is gonna be something arg2 or something like that. Maybe it's even arg1. I can't remember. We'll worry about that later. We're gonna divide it by 2. Divide that number by 2. So we're gonna do const divide by 2. Divide num by 2. So I don't want to title it the same as the file. And then we're going to take number string divided by 2. And then we're going to put some space in here. And then we're going to console.log divide num by 2. Right? So the only thing I need to check on is how to get this string from the argument. Not quite sure. It's like process arg or something like that. Yeah, process.argv. Ah, okay. Okay. So we kind of did it right. So this explains it pretty well. The goal of this objective is to familiarize you with the concept of command line arguments. This is data that is passed into your JavaScript code when it is executed to give it some context when it runs. So far you've been running your test scripts with a command that looks something like this when your code runs executing the instructions that you have written. However, it is frequently useful to pass some initial data into the program that you have written. We call this initial data arguments. To execute a script with arguments, you can type in additional text after the name of your code file, separated by spaces. Here is an example of executing a script with the 3 arguments. So eventually we're going to run this command, node divide by 2.js 400. And this one is running node, whatever program you've been running, and then the first argument is whatever comes after that, and the second argument is whatever comes after that. You can access these arguments in your code using a special list named process argv. So this is process argv2 is what we need. And I think I'm going to take argument value because we need to convert this into a string. So we have the argument value. We can do this number value. So this is going to take the string and, well, I guess I already did number value. So we'll just take this whole line and convert this string into a number. So what we're doing here is this is going to take the second argument. So the first argument is whatever's after this node. So that would be this title of your JavaScript script that you're running. And then the second argument is going to be argument 1, and then the third argument is going to be another argument. And then this is the fourth argument. And there are strings. So they're going to start off as strings. And we can't divide a string in half. We can only divide a number in half. It'd be like saying divide the word the in half. Not going to work too well. So we're going to convert this second argument, which is going to be the number we enter, into this number value variable or const, and make it a number. And then we're going to take this number value and divide it by 2. And then we're going to console log that right here, I believe. Is that it? Yeah. So let's see if it works. Do you think, I wonder how it'll test it. Oh, okay. Well, let's test it on our own here. So terminal, new terminal. So let's get into, so this is how we can test it. So we're in our TwilioQuest directory. So we're in our git TwilioQuest directory, and we can run any of these JavaScript files by saying node, and then we can run our divide by 2.js, and then our second argument is going to be whatever number we want. So let's do 40, and there we go. Console logs 20. So we just divided this by 2. Pretty cool, huh? So that's how we test it. This terminal, if you're on a Windows computer, you can just type command prompt. That's what this is. In Apple or a Mac, it's just terminal. Or you can even go to a web browser and run it, but you won't be able to run like these scripts. You'll have to actually type all of this out, all of this code. So might not be worth it.